Now, through all the drama, whether you like what's happening off the court or dislike it, basketball is what brings us all together at the end of the day, and over here we want to keep it positive and strictly about the performances on the court. When we're talking about the game in itself, Kyrie Irving might just be the most, if not one of the most skilled basketball players we've seen operate on the court, and it's crazy that his game doesn't get covered much more. Of course, some people will be blinded by all the extra noise that goes on around him, making jokes about him not being able to wear his Nike shoes and calling him a bad person all around, but when you bypass that and dissect his game from the top to the bottom, you truly recognize how great Kyrie Irving is. Through 19 games played this season so far, Kyrie has put up averages of 23 points, 4 assists and 4 rebounds, with splits of 48% from the field and 32% from deep. At first glance, you might say, pretty average numbers for Kai, but when you break down the stats further and then pair it with the eye test, it's pretty amazing what you get. When he's busting out that shifty handle to beat down the defender's ankles, it not only makes the crowd's jaw drop, but it makes his path to the rim that much easier. Whether he's tornadoing past defenders to kiss it off the glass, making the defense look like cones with the handle to lay it home, or being highly elusive when getting to the rim, it never ceases to amaze us with his fantastic finishes. Irving's truly a magician on the court when it comes to finding ways to break down the defender, and it all starts with his amazing footwork. You can't just sit there dribbling in one spot going left, right, and expect to shift a defender side to side. It takes a full body motion, but especially great footwork. You probably don't even notice why the blow by was so easy here, but when we slow it down, you can see Irving gives the defense the up fake while stunting back, which makes them lunge out. Then he attacks the back foot hard, cutting the defender off, and now all he has to do is beat Brandon Clark at the rim, and Kyrie says, "Give me my money." It's pretty special how quickly Irving ties the footwork in with his handle in a seamless motion, making it look basic at times until you really break it down. The bag he carries into the arena on a nightly basis is a very elite one that not many players have. And I'm talking from hezzies to quick crossovers, abrupt changes of pace, and just about everything you can think of. Matter of fact, tell me what's your favorite move Irving uses on the defense. There's so many to choose from that it makes Kyrie nearly unguardable on the court. If you get caught out on the island like Jaylen Brown here, it could be trouble as Irving feeds Jaylen the cross between the legs into the hezzy snatch crossover to then get the step on him and then toss this high off the glass for 2. You would honestly think a lengthy team like the Raptors would be a great match to contain Irving, but when he splits the defense with this low drop cross to then gather it before elevating over the contested Scotty Barnes, it makes you really rethink your defensive schemes. But the truth is, you really can't scheme to guard Kyrie. Because off 10 drives a game, Irving converts 60% of his 5 attempts a game, so it's pretty much a done deal when Irving sets his mind to attack the rim. You have to worry about that crafty handle he can beat you with, but once Kyrie's at his destination, he's one of the most creative finishers in the league. It doesn't matter if he has to contort his body in midair, maneuver the ball on his way up, or all out convert a tough finish, Irving can still get the job done. After blowing past Plumlee and Rozier on the perimeter, McDaniels runs over for the help, and Kyrie switches hands on the gather going up while avoiding the contact to lay it right in. Against the Pelicans, Irving gets the step on Alvarado, and as Nance bodies up with him, Kyrie wraps around him to still finish this bucket. It's pretty amazing how Kyrie stays focused on these finishes, and it's even crazier how well he finishes with his left hand on these high degree layups. Throughout his career, Irving's always been a better finisher with his left hand, and before you get mad, trust me, this doesn't discredit his right hand whatsoever, as it's probably better than 99% of the NBA's, but that's just to show you how good he is with his offhand. As he's being hunted by Anunoby, when arriving in the paint, Irving's met by Birch and OG for the contest, and he places this ball stupid high and softly off the glass with that left hand to drop it in. Then when pushing right into the heart of the Indiana Pacers, through the contact and 3 defenders, Irving still finds a way to get this up with the left and cashes in the and 1. It's a difficult task every single night for the defender to keep Kyrie in front of him and knock him off his path to the lane. And just when you think you have his number down low, well, Irving is getting real surgical in the mid-range this season. I mean, just watch the way he sends this defender off to the Delta Airlines and pulls up for the warm-up J. With those swift handles, it'll leave you looking clueless out there when Irving snatches back out of nowhere, and if he wants to get a little simplistic with it, he doesn't mind just getting to his spot to dot you in your eye. The defense is always worried about the rim penetration from Irving, and I mean as they should be, but it leaves them vulnerable for snatchbacks, pull-ups, and step-backs in this in-between area. When your momentum is heavily going downhill, it's hard to recover on Irving when he pulls one of these tricks out the bag, and by the time you get a hand up, I mean it's just too late. As he attacks the big off the screen, Kyrie steps back to create space, and even with 2 defenders contesting him, Irving's already in motion and knocks it down from 20 feet. Then for the times the defense does smother him, Irving just says good defense, better offense, I'm still gonna make the bucket and go shoot a free throw. It doesn't matter how tight you guard him, Kyrie can still get to his spot no matter what. He can string together a couple dribble combos before beating you to go pull up, or disregard you totally and shoot over you like you're a cone. Honestly, it's ridiculous. Especially when you pair in that Irving isn't a super tall guy on the court or physically imposing, but still knows how to operate at a high level. From deep this season, it's pretty subpar for Irving to say the least, as he's not really looking like his normal self. He's on track to shoot it at his highest volume this season, but hopefully that doesn't mean his efficiency will continue to tank. Being able to space the floor on a team that doesn't have the best playmakers on the roster is going to be key for the Brooklyn Nets. And although Kyrie will always be a threat to the defenders, you want to make sure you can make them pay at a decent rate if they do leave you open from deep. Do I personally think Irving will have a down shooting year from the perimeter? Nah, I really don't think so. I think he will pick it up midway through the season, but if I'm wrong, then hey, it is what it is. With all this controversy surrounding his name, Kyrie is still managing to be amazing on the court. His finishing around the rim is something you just can't stop, and what he's doing in that mid-range this season is spectacular. Cooking the defense from the inside out is how Irving approaches the game, and it's constantly leaving the defense frustrated. If and when that 3-ball comes around more this season, Irving will be out there lighting the defense up in his no Nike Kyries, and hopefully this helps the Brooklyn Nets team reach more success. In your opinion, let me know how you feel about Irving's game and this Brooklyn Nets team so far this year. Let's not look at the outside noise, let's keep it strictly basketball and let's discuss it. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like before heading over to watch this Jokic analysis where we dive deep into his passing. I thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.